That
No,
that
this
qualifies.
is all right.
Hmm.
Let's move on to the next story. It is a two-parter because it is it is that bad.
I was shopping at my local Walmart wearing a Stacy Adams fedora, a black Parish Nation bomber jacket, and orange camo Rocawear jeans. Ergo, I could only be confused for an actual associate of Walmart by a completely delusional individual, which, as fate would have it, I encountered. I came across a tiny Mexican woman whose arm was in a sling, struggling to place some items in her cart. Out of human decency, I helped her reach some items and got them in her cart for her. After she thanked me profusely, I headed down the aisle and turned the corner. Proceeding on my merry way, I heard running footsteps coming up behind me, and then someone grabbed the collar of my jacket and yanked very hard. As a side note, I have extensive self-defense training. My first instinct was to immobilize my attacker, but something told me just to break free, go into combat crouch, and ascertain the attacker. I was shocked to see a Caucasian woman close to my age of 58 standing there in what I now know as the classic Karen pose. Arms crossed, feet planted, glaring at me. She was dressed in the best of halfway house clothes and wearing a Fox and Friends baseball cap. Our verbal exchange went like this. K equals Karen, M equals me. Me. Excuse me? Karen. I was there first. Me. Excuse me? Karen. You helped that Mexican woman but walked away and didn't help me. I didn't know you needed help. You didn't ask for any. A competent employee would have seen that I needed help. Ma'am, I don't work here. I'm just shopping like you are. Just come help me. Fine, I'll do what I can. Now, at this point, I know most people would have just told her to F off and gone to get security, which in this Walmart is an actual licensed police officer, but I decided to take the moral high ground and see if I could help her. We went back to the previous aisle, and I saw she had two girls with her, about 10 and 12, who looked mortified. Our next exchange went like this. Okay, what can I help you with? I need you to get the box off the top shelf for me. Me. I can't reach it. And the sign says right there to get an associate to retrieve items from the top shelf. Just go get a ladder, you effing idiot. I told you, I don't work here. I can't go get a ladder. Go get a ladder, you fat, worthless F. I'm 6'2", 265 pounds, and she's now way over any line of respect. Ma'am, I can't get a ladder. For the third time, I don't work here. You help that Mexican woman. Don't lie to me. I know you work here. You're just too fat and lazy to help a white woman. You must be one of those white-hating social libtards. I'm puzzled as to how you think berating and insulting me is going to make me eager to help you. Just do your effing job and help me, or I'll have you fired for being a white-hating racist who refused to help a white woman. How can you conclude that I'm a white-hating racist when I'm white myself? Call your manager. I'm going to report you and have you fired. Well, since I don't work here, I have neither a walkie-talkie or a manager, but we can go over 3 aisles to electronics. Someone there should be able to contact a manager for you.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not trying to be social on this show. I try to keep it light at the very least. But yeah, they're going that route. All of a sudden, white hating, no matter what your race is, apparently. You could be white, but you don't do nothing for them. You're white hating. I heard one, wait a minute, it may actually be said in the next clip, but if it's not, no, it's not. I didn't even use it. I'm just so sick and tired of the white genocide that's being formed on in America these days. the white genocide? What?
Oh, please do tell me more about that.
Oh, this is why I didn't want to show her, because she was offended that a Tide commercial was showing a lesbian black and white couple. She wrote a letter to Tide saying, I will not be associated with this type, especially during the white genocide of America. Okay. This is a good one. This right here is fantastic. Every time I can't think, y'all can't think of nothing better. Y'all just keep it coming. Just
What are you on? I would really like to know.
no, let them. Keeps my show running for at least another good 10 years with this
No,
crap.
not you. Not you.
No, I'm talking about them. Keep it coming. I can use this stuff for my show. Keep it coming. Whatever you own, it's not as bad. Don't let Anna tell you what to do. You're an American. You have rights. Take as much drugs as you want. Anna tell you what to do. Your First, Second, and Third Amendment tells you that you are allowed to do. I don't even know if that amendment is.
You're allowed to say what you want. You're allowed to have a gun in the face. And the army can't take your house or something like that.
The president can't take your house, but the president of the 13 colonies can. It doesn't. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. Keep it coming. I get a good more 10 years off of this crap. Keep going. Don't let Anna tell you what to do. She's a lip tart, something or other. I don't even know what are we using. What are we using this week? I don't know.
I guess the gay libtard. That's me.
She let the disrespect go on too long. The first sign of rudeness, and I'm out. Well, honestly, just come help me would have been like, no. Help. I don't work here. I'm not gonna help you if I'm not getting paid. But he was nicer than most people. But now, as I was saying,
come at me again, I have a command that my dog will bark at you.
And I have a command. I can have a command where my foot would. Never mind. But that was the bad. And y'all know how I like stories, if it's true or not, whatever. You know how I love when it just builds and builds and it goes from bad to worse. That was just the bad.
Oh man.
This is the worst.
Here we go.
We started walking over to electronics, and at this junction, I didn't want to flee and have her foaming at the mouth vitriol spew onto any unsuspecting actual Walmart associate. This store has a very diversified staff. We get to electronics, and there are two young men of Somali heritage working. She storms up to them and screams at them, "I need a manager now. Do you know how to use that thing?" Pointing at the walkie-talkie. These young men were very calm and very polite and asked her what she needed a manager for. She pointed at me and said, "I want this fat, lazy F fired. He helped a Mexican woman but won't help me. He hates white people." They looked at her, looked at me, looked at each other, and then said in obvious bewilderment, "Ma'am, he doesn't work here." Karen blew a gasket at this point, screaming at the top of her lungs, "Don't lie to me, you're just covering for them. White people can't even get service anymore because of all you effing immigrants. You don't belong in my country. I should just get in my car and get a gun and shoot the three of you." I looked over at the two actual associates and saw that they had their phones out and had recorded Karen. One was whispering rapidly into the walkie-talkie, then the PA system went wild with people calling for Mr. Green, see Mr. Red in electronics, or something to that effect. I looked down the aisles to the front of the store, and it looked like a wave of yellow vests rolling down the aisles and a police officer in full sprint. Karen is surrounded, still screaming that she wants me fired. The manager says, "I can't fire him. He's a customer." Karen doesn't want to believe him either. To quote her, "It's a social libtard conspiracy to kick white people out of Walmart." The two actual associates tell the manager and the police officer that she threatened to go out and get a gun and shoot the three of us. Karen screams that she did no such thing. Associate shows video to the manager and police officer. Karen then says she didn't mean it. Police officer asks me what happened. I give him an abridged version, and her attacking me should be on the CCTV. Officer tells Karen he's heard enough and that she's under arrest and coming with him. She screams at him, "Arresting me for what? Standing up for my rights as a white person?" His response was, "No, for making a terroristic threat, simple assault, disorderly conduct, and disturbing the peace." He took one of her arms and started to handcuff her. She spun around, slapped him, broke free, and tried to run. Her purse was still in the cart, and her granddaughters were standing there horrified, so this escape attempt was as bright as Pickett's charge. So Karen, the manager, the 2 associates in electronics, and myself all head over to the police headquarters to give statements. I found out her name really was Karen from the police, and the 2 girls with her were her granddaughters from the same source. All told, she was charged with assault, terroristic threats, resisting arrest, and assaulting a peace officer. She had a competency hearing to see if she could stand trial, but was interred in a state mental hospital until she's capable of being tried.
Anna's face when she hears these stories is totally amazing. Ah. I did not know, and I apologize that I did not know that it's a conspiracy to get white people out of Walmart. I on behalf of the Black and minority community, I apologize that we are trying our damnedest to get you kicked out of Walmart simply because of the color of your skin. Woman, y'all didn't need to test her. Y'all did not really need to test her for a competency. Woo!
And that is to say then that you don't need to test for competency for a good 25% of our population.
It's a conspiracy. That was
If
sad.
you believe this bullshit, you are beyond naive. They have you hooked. You're being led.
Oh.
And I don't even want to say by where. We're still in the first hour.
Mickey said, please do not use the word tard. It's derogatory to mentally challenged. You don't want to insult Herschel Walker. Yeah, Anna, you thought it was going one way, and then you realized it was Mickey who was writing it. But it's true. We don't want to use the word tard in here. That was the point of the tard situation, too. Also, I found out recently not to even use the word triggered. That is actually a diagnosis of mental health, the things that trigger people for depression and anxiety and things like that. So to use this video may trigger you. Now, it can be
having a trigger warning is
that's what I was saying.
Thing.
It's kind of a split to say, oh, what I'm going to say is going to trigger you. I like McDonald's over Burger King. Don't use the word trigger.
No,
that's not what that's for.
We're talking about abuse, and talking about this may trigger some memories, flashbacks, things that PTSD is incredibly hard to deal with. That's what they're talking about.
Yeah, so just a nice warning. Just don't use the word trigger. Like,
right.
Even when you say something.
Mean it. When you say something, mean it.
When you're in an argument with somebody and they get upset and it has nothing to do with mental health whatsoever. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to trigger you. It's like,
okay,
come on. That's
improper use. Yes.
That's not what that word is used for. Did this fine storyteller leave out any? Okay, see, I believe the story. I actually believe the story, but it's true. I'm white, and I have been many years since I've been in Walmart. I just didn't realize that it was Black and Mexicans that kept us out. I apologize for whatever reason, because I didn't know it was happening, and I'm being facetious because it's not. But I apologize for some reason that we keeping white people out of Walmart. I'm sorry. What exactly would happen if that happened? I'm so confused. Like, and
Some of us white people, you gotta go, it's the price thing. Some actually pride ourselves on not going to Walmart and not feeding that whole monster.
I appreciate trigger warnings on particular subjects. Yeah, I know there are certain things that is, and Anna put it a lot better than I did. I appreciate it, Anna, when it triggers memories. People don't realize how strong your memories are. Your memories are so strong that you forgot, and then something that you see, smell, music, anything,
Right in front of your face.
it is. It's
I've been through it.
Yeah, me too. It's
Yeah,
like I know if whoever the person is doing is not their fault. I already got that filter. At least I've worked to get that filter in. But I know it's like whatever it is that's triggered now in my memories, I now have to deal with it. So I sort of like walk away or stop listening or whatever. Whatever I looked at, I turn it off or whatever. I don't have PTSD. I don't have anything that dramatic, but there's some memory back growing up in the hood. It's just like, yeah, I'm not dealing. Such as there are certain shows that I don't watch. I don't care how popular it is, like Power. You know, this is no matter how nuanced the show is and the characters and what is it? Power and what's that really big show that was on? I want to say Better Call Saul, but that was the sequel.
Which one?
The guy was a regular guy, and as time went on, he became the drug king. It was just like really popular, and everybody loved. Y'all help me out in the audience. It was like
I'm sorry, I'm not much of a TV watcher.
I know, I'm trying to think of it. Breaking Bad. That's what it was. In certain shows like that, I don't deal with drug whatever. It's just not my thing anymore. Been there, done that, and I saw what the real consequences of that stuff is. So, I know I'm not going to be entertained by it.
Right.
No matter who the characters is, no. What's up, Parker? Just joined.
Parker, good to see you.
Stream. Tracy going to be here later. Tracy has a technical difficulty, so she's not. Everybody will be here tomorrow, and I humbly ask y'all to come tomorrow because y'all don't say anything, Anna. You will see the thumbnail tomorrow. We already talked about it. I know you probably forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow's going to be both hilarious. That's the word. Hilarious, cringy, informative, all at the same time. And you know what? I'll tell everybody what the show tomorrow is going to be tomorrow. So, but anyway, yeah, all of us will be here tomorrow. So, yeah. Thank you, Tracy. Breaking Bad. Thank you, Breaking Bad. I won't be on until 9 p.m. Oh, huh? I won't be on until 9 p.m.
So an hour late?
To 10 p.m. Oh, us. Well, okay. Well, we'll see you. So, okay, Parker, she'll be in an hour. She'll be here for the second half, I guess. So,